will impress young people in the construction industry or aspiring to be in the construction industry? Those are the GTTIs and the other semi-tertiary institutions.
I think it should, because they too are aspiring to become somebody tomorrow. And if you see a construction company that has grown to a stage where he has international recognition, you naturally want to be like that in the future. So in as much as we have attitudinal problems, but Gambians also have desire to make it in life. You can see that in them. You can see that flair. Only that they need guidance and also to have a system in place that will check and control them. You fail to do this, it's to your own disadvantage. Once you put those measures in place, we'll move. So I believe that people from GTTI, people from inside training will be inspired by this award, because they someday will have to take over the construction industry. We'll get old and we'll move out and they will come in. So there is chance for them. So honestly and sincerely, I hope and I believe this will serve as inspiration for them.
What about your compatriots, people right now in the construction industry, having realized that Mr. DIBBA has been a hard-working person and has just won this award?
Well, most of them told me we are not surprised. But on the whole, from phone calls I got, they are happy and they are not surprised. They all tell me, you deserve this. But I know they too would like to be in my position because they are my competitors. So they would also like to have an edge over me. So I'm not saying they are jealous of me, but this will serve as an inspiration for them too to achieve this award. And now being a member of BID, Business Initiative Directions, we have the power also to nominate, one company from the Gambia who we think, has done well in terms of quality, has done tremendously well in terms of whatever field. It doesn't necessarily have to be construction. It can be any other field.
You can nominate me?
Of course.
You can nominate anybody in any sphere of work that is doing and excelled in it.
Exactly. Especially if it is an impressive performance based on quality, because this award is all about achieving quality.
Mr. DIBBA, I was going to ask you about your labor force. I mean, there's a lot of people who say they don't have work. Too many Gambians out there on the street talking about not having work, or some companies employing people who are not non-Gambians. The composition of your staff, how big is your staff and the composition?
Well, my staff is about 20 people.
20?
Yeah, 20, permanent staff, working for me as of now. But when it comes to the labor force, it varies depending on the workload. It can vary from 50 to 200 depending on how busy we are.
The busier you get, the more people you will need.
Exactly. But for me, I work with Gambians normally because I want whatever we gain remain in this country, because foreigners normally will go away with the money, And in order for us to fight against poverty, we have to start with ourselves. There is a Mandinka saying, so I believe in employing Gambians first, because I also don't want foreigners to come and hijack. Some people may say, DIBBA is doing well because of foreigner X, Y, and Z. If you happen to have, for example, one white man in your company, you will think all the success is by that. Why not?
Very well.
You see, I want to show to the Gambians that we as Gambians can make it without relying on anybody else. And that's why we did the Barra Ferry Terminal project with no foreigner being involved, purely Gambians. And recently we completed GNPC petrol station at Birkama, only Gambians. All the provincial projects for Jeep, CC stores, as well as livestock, facilities for Pro-Jeep, all executed by Gambians.
Of all the projects that you have done, you've constructed it, edifice you may term them, which is your best one, and why?
My best is the Barra Ferry Terminal project, because it's the most complex project so far we handle. And anytime I pass it, it's like, no, I wasn't the one who put this up. I feel so happy, and it makes me feel that I've achieved something in the Gambia that people can say, hey, Jama Construction did this. It's a unique design and a unique feature so far in this country. And no wonder GPA gave me a certificate of appreciation for putting out the most modern and most edifice building in the country.
This is the main thing. This award, International Quality Summit Award, New York 2012. As I come to the end of the interview with you, Mr. ALIEU DIBBA, finally, what would you like to say to all Gambians after having received this award?
I will say congratulations to all Gambians, because I was educated here, first thanks to Allah, then to my mother who sent me to school, then the Gambia who created the necessary facilities for me to get educated, the government of the Gambia for the education, the high education standard I achieved, and the environment that has been, the enabling environment that has been created by government, and also especially my clients who made it possible for us to get job, and not forgetting the consultants with whom we work together, in achieving this quality. So it's not my effort alone, from the laborers up to the last man of my company, the drivers, the managers, they all contributed very well. And I'm extremely thankful to all of them. Extremely thankful to all the consultants we worked with, extremely thankful to all the clients who provide us the necessary job, extremely thankful to government for creating the enabling environment, because the construction industry is thriving very well in the Gambia since 1994 to that. We have seen most rooming of schools, health facilities, road construction, and so on and so forth. So Gambia is making this possible for me, and Gambia made this possible for me today. So my thanks to all Gambians, including Grts, because we once worked for you also.
We remember that. Yeah. On that happy note, ALIEU DIBBA, it's been a pleasure to have you on the interview. Congratulations, and thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Malik. I'm very happy. Thank you so much. Thanks, all Gambians.
It has been the interview. My guest has been ALIEU DIBBA, quantity surveyor by profession, CEO of Jama Construction, and of very recent winner of the International Quality Summit Award in New York City. We'll be back with you in 7 days' time, and bye-bye.
Is a cheap air conditioner. Yeah, it's a standard air conditioner.